So yeah, I thought I'd do a video about Aspergers and depression. As I think for the last 15 years, when I was like still in high school, like the last 2 years of high school, like I don't think I've been happy. Like I've not, like I feel like there's always been something missing when and I think I was talking to my mum about this just before, and I think it can come to like hormones when like you're a teenager around that age. Your hormones starts changing. It starts taking effect on like the way you think and the way you view the world and what you value, your values and all that, and it comes to the chemical imbalance. But and I went to doctors like after I finished uni about this, and I have been diagnosed of having depression. So I'm no expert, I'm no professional, but I think I'm clinically depressed. Basically, like I'm not happy, and the way my life has turned out, like I'm currently in supported living because I got ill. Like I had a blip in life where I started not thinking straight. I started acting more reckless. I was getting delusional about stuff. Some doctors were saying I was showing symptoms of having psychosis, and I think I was. But that's led me into being in supported living because, and I accepted that because it's a roof over my head, and yeah, I might get into stuff about that for another video, but I see support workers, and I used to have a key worker. Um, I've mentioned her in the past in these videos where she's a character. She's a bit hyperactive and impulsive, and I thought she was a bit mental herself. Like she's probably arguably more mentally unstable than me. And I remember her saying, like, she comes out with some shit sometimes, saying, I don't think you're depressed. Because I remember her explaining stuff like she was explaining people who are depressed can't get out of bed. Like, they don't do anything. Like, they don't go out and fucking do things. And she was saying, like, I don't think you're depressed because you're still willing to do stuff like I do my volunteering. Like, I still go out now and then, but even though I think I stay in most of the time, personally. But and that's just like I'm no medical professional. I don't understand depression, but I'm just like define depression because like I'm definitely not in the right frame of mind. Like I'm not happy. So like when you can't really enjoy things and you don't enjoy things to the level as you should do, because like going to concerts, going to the cinema, I think I can still enjoy things to a certain level, but I probably don't enjoy things as much as I could do. Like I've been to concerts on my own, but it's a bit shit that like you just don't really enjoy them. And like yesterday, I was going out. When I went out, you feel like there's something not right. Like like how I feel these days is that something bad's about to creep up around the corner, like a benefit might stop or it might kick me out of supported living and become homeless. I always feel like that's how I feel, and there's that's basically like there's some sort of like chemical imbalance where there's something just feels off, like it doesn't stuff just doesn't feel right. And like after uni, I've been there where I just stayed in bed all the time, and the only time I go out is to get some tea, like what to the Chinese chippy and get myself some like salt and pepper chicken chips and chow mein, and that's that. So I've been there where I just stay in bed pretty much like 18 hours a day, just staying in my bedroom. That was when I was at my parents' house after I left uni. So I don't know, one thing for certain is that I'm definitely not. I don't think I'm happy. I don't think I'm fulfilled with life. It's like if I don't know, like going out can just burn me out easily. It stresses me out. Like it can put me in a lower mood, like a lower frame of mind. Or just way like I made a video about the sort of area I live in. Like I live outside of Manchester, and there's a lot of like feral types of people out there, teenagers, people with attitude problems, and there's another thing, but I'm not going to mention it because I don't fancy, I could potentially get into trouble for it. But so I'm better off not mentioning that. Like, there's a lot out there that depresses me, and like the way the world is these days, the way the world works, the way people are. Like social media, I think social media has destroyed a lot of things, like the internet. Like it's made us more unsocial. And when somebody actually talks to you, like it weirds you out a bit because you're not used to that. And it shouldn't be like that. We should be social. But when somebody actually talks to you out of random, it's like, ooh, leave me alone. Like, I admit that. And it's just like, you're not used to it because you don't know if they're taking the piss out of you or not. Because I get quite anxious about stuff like that. Like I've got eyes at the back of my head, like I'm hyper aware of stuff, thinking the worst. So I don't know, like define depression, because I think one thing for sure is that I don't feel right. Like I'm not 100% with it. Like I get exhausted and burnt out easily, and I'm currently trying medication again. Like I'm on antidepressants and stuff. I've recently upped the dose because I don't notice any change. Like I'm still depressed. I think at first they just tire you out, they knock you out. Like you feel like you're hungover and stuff. But I'm gonna give them time to see if something actually happens, and if not, I don't know if I'm gonna be taking any medication again because they just don't seem to work. And when you go doctors, like people just seem to get involved, and it can get overwhelming, and I find that annoying. But that's like probably a topic for another video. And just how my life's turned out. Like I feel like I put a lot of effort in to try and make some of myself, like sticking with education, higher education, college and university, and I just don't. It's not paid off, and I think that's criminal because I've put all this effort in, and it means fuck all. And I think I can theorise that personally. People will get involved, look at your medical history, see that you got a label, Aspergers and stuff, make assumptions, and they just set you up to go the complete opposite direction. And people that just they don't understand you as a person, they don't see you as an individual. It's like the system doesn't see people as individuals with different needs, different interests, different strengths, different weaknesses. We're just statistics, we're just numbers at the end of the day. And that's just probably part of the corruption of the system, why the system's fucking corrupt. And I think as an adult, there's that lack of structure where there's just no structure really. And like most of my life has been education, and for example, when you're in like primary school, there's more structure, so you're not really depressed. And probably I was probably in a different frame of mind back then because I was like I'm a lot younger. My hormones weren't kicking in and stuff, so I was probably a completely different person back then. But there was like more structure. You felt more safe. There's more of a safety net and stuff. But now there's no structure. You're kind of just on your own to figure it out yourself. It feels. But like ultimately, what this support worker was saying, like I disagree. Like I think she's one of them that just gets ideas in her head and runs away with it. And like I mentioned before, a lot of women can do that where they get ideas in their head, where they're away with the fairies and they come out with all sorts of bullshit. But to a level, I think like she's helped me out in some ways, but I think there's also that negative where she just gets ideas in her head and says, "I don't think you're depressed," but I don't know. One thing for sure is that I don't think I'm happy. Like, I'm probably just repeating myself because I want to get it as clear as possible, but like, it's just when you just don't enjoy things to the level as it should, you just don't enjoy life, you don't enjoy being in social crowds, being like, you just don't enjoy things because you know your life's shit at the end of it. You don't enjoy going to the town you live in, you don't enjoy a lot of things, it feels. I think these days I don't force things, like I don't force trying to fit in, I don't force conversation because I just know it, I just accept it for what it is. But yeah, well, yeah, that's my view on depression and Asperger's. And I think also something that's worth mentioning that why Asperger's is ultimately a curse, and it's depressing because I was thinking about this yesterday that you miss out on a lot. I think Asperger's has taken a lot of things away from me that I probably would have had if I was a normal person. Like, if I was neurotypical, if I was normal, I'd probably, don't know, eventually have a wife and kids, a few kids or a kid. And you never know, that might still happen one day, but the thought of Asperger's taking that away from you, because at the minute there's no sign of that happening, that's a depressing thing to think about, if you know what I mean. Well, it just takes just normal everyday stuff away from you, because most people get married, have kids. That's what most normal people do. And you get lonely. Like, at the minute, I currently live on my own. Like, I'm isolated. And I 100% believe if I did not have Asperger's, I wouldn't be isolated. I'd probably have had a girlfriend by now or have one. And I might even go as far as that I might have been a dad by now. Like, who fucking knows? But I think Asperger's takes that away from you. And that's why it's depressing and stuff. That's why it causes depression and stuff, because it takes stuff away from you. Say you have all these superpowers and strengths, but it's not a superpower. If it was, it would have paid off by now. I would have got a job that was to do with that by now, but I haven't. I think it takes stuff away from me, and I'll die on that hill saying that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up. Catch you in another video. Goodbye.